Hello, welcome to Cooking and Gardening with Z. I am Z. Today we are preparing for our up and coming gardening season. So what I wanted to do is bring you along with me as I get ready to get my seeds ready to plant so we can have a bountiful garden this 2024. I am fairly new to gardening. I gardened as a child with my father. He did a lot of gardening. He was really good at it. I remember taking pictures with my father, and he would have huge carrots as a child. We would have so many greens. We would have beans, radishes, turnips, everything you could think of. He would garden, and tomatoes, whatever you could think of. He was able to grow it successfully without any problems.
And the drug habits, some say they just can't be muggers and robbers. No place.
So I'm going to see if I have my father's green thumb. Let's pray I do. I don't know if you watched it in previous videos. Because I live in an area that I don't have much land. And of course, HOAs don't allow you to do certain things, even though it's in your backyard. I have rented a garden allotment in my city's community garden. So I have 2 garden spots. They are both 4 by 12 in diameter and length and width. So I am getting ready. I'm getting my seeds ready. We're gonna go ahead and plant them. I'm gonna try to be as inexpensive as possible. My desire is not to go broke because this is not actually my land. So I'm going to do things as inexpensive as I possibly can. I do have some seed trays. I have 5 seed trays, but I'm not actually going to put the soil in these trays. I'm going to use cups. You can use them over again because of course succession planting is ideal. So I'm going to use these cups. We're going to fill them up with soil, put my seeds in them. I have done that in the times past and it has worked wonderfully well. So we're going to do that again. We're going to make sure we have holes in the bottom of it so we have some drainage. We don't want to get our seeds and our soil waterlogged or anything like that. And I'm using these cups versus I do have smaller little trays. My only issue with things like that is they're very small. You'll have to transplant them quickly once they start growing to a certain size. So I figured these cups are pretty large, and I should be able to leave them in the cup. It is my desire to leave them in these cups until it is time to put them out into the garden. So come along with me as I go through my process. Let's pray. Praying unto God that our planting of our seeds are successful, that we are ready for the up and coming season. So for my setup here, I do have a grow light that I got off of Amazon. Lovely Amazon. If you think of it, it's probably there. So I do have a grow light that I'm going to be using. I am in my garage. I live in Florida. To some it may not be cold to you, but to me it's just a little bit too nippy. Because I'm a Floridian, what can I say? So I am in my garage, and I think I'm going to do all this in my garage. It's warmer. I'm not saying it doesn't get cold, but right now it's just a little warmer, and I think that's best for these plants that I'm going to be attempting to grow. So I have my cups. I was thinking about, I'm undecided as to whether or not I want to put a hole on the bottom of my solo cups. I think I'm going to put it on the side so that as I am filling, I don't want dirt pouring out of the bottom. And I'm not putting really large holes, just a little something, just enough to where that, it is able to drain, because I don't want, as my roots grow, I don't want So I'm just punching a little hole. I don't know if you can see the hole. Punch a little hole there. Use my X-Acto knife. Just on each side, just so that this water can drain out when, as I water it. I don't want it to be oversaturated, so just to give it a little outlet. So towards the bottom, but not big enough that all my soil is going to run out every time I water. Now I was thinking, oh, it's Florida, I should be able to grow something in the winter time. And I never really, I guess I just overestimated, whatever. It did not work. I put some seeds into these little containers, but I left it outside. I underestimated the amount of sun that was on my back porch. So when I put them out there, it just did not get enough sun. And the seeds and plants that did manage to come through, they were stunted in their growth. So I never put them in the ground. I do have one of those green stalks, and I guess it's just, if they're in a bad spot, whatever I planted seems to be in a bad spot, not getting enough sun. Nothing really did well. It's all a learning process for me. It's my first time ever working with something like a green stalk. So I'm learning. I'm learning. So I'm just putting holes into my cups here on the side, just so that they can get some drainage. I'm really very excited with this allotment that I have rented in my community garden. It's a bit away from my house, but it's very close to my job. So my plan is when I get off work, take some, change of clothes with me. So don't be surprised if you always see me in the same thing, because I'm taking clothes with me to change into, to garden in, so that I don't get my work clothes messed up. So my desire is to leave work, go to the garden, tend to it, harvest whatever I need to do. I get off about 5 o'clock. Since it is close to my job, maybe I can go in before I get off, go to work, do some watering just to take care of it, show it some love, let the plants know I'm there for them. I know that sounds funny, let the plants know. I was living in New York City area, just outside the Bronx area, and I did have a little bit of land in the house that I had bought there. And I was, every morning before I go to work, I would go take care of my plants that I had out there. It was so very exciting. It was the very first time that I actually had a garden by myself. Even though, and first of my siblings, even though my father did it, none of my siblings, surprisingly, have gone out and gardened any. I guess it's a different life now. It's not the same life that we had back in the 80s and 90s. Life, everybody's so busy now, But I think it's not good. We're just living off of whatever. We're not living off the land. We're living off of whatever is provided to us in grocery stores. And they just do so many different things to the foods. So I wanted to go ahead and learn to live off the land. I want to go ahead and learn to can my own foods and I want to live a healthier life than what I feel that I'm living now. Because everything I have is from the grocery stores. So I am learning to do this all from scratch. So I do have a container that I went ahead and filled up with some soil. So I'm going to be using that to put into my solo cups. So in these containers, what I attempted to grow were fall plants. I started in October, and this is as far as these things had gotten. Isn't that pretty pitiful? So I was doing the things such as I had some spinach that I was trying to grow. I got nothing out of that. No spinach out of that pod. I did plant some kohlrabi. I had never heard of it until a few years ago. So I said, well, let me try that. They are attempting to grow here. So I'm going to see if I can get them in the solo cups and see if I can get them to continue to grow. This is kohlrabi. And then I was trying to grow some broccoli. And the reason, I say that they didn't get enough sun because they've gotten such long stems. Such a long trunk. Because they're trying to find the sun. That's my belief. Look at these long stems trying to find the sun. And they never found it because I had them on the porch and they weren't getting enough exposure to the sun. That's all. This is all a learning experience. In this container, I had basil. So basil didn't do too awfully bad. I'm pretty, look at that. Look at that basil. Not too awfully bad. So I'm hoping that this is basil also, and this is basil. 4 stems of basil. So I'm hoping that planting them in the solo cups, it will give them the vigor and the life that they need. I'm going to put them under the grow lamps. It'll have the light that they need. And I am praying that they will be successful in their endeavors to grow. And then in this one, I have a friend who gave me a pepper plant, a kind of sweet pepper plant. It's like one of those yellow habanada pepper plant. And I went ahead and I planted its seeds. And so it did do something there for me right here. So I am going to transplant that into one of the solo cups. Other things that I attempted to grow were yellow onions, stevia. Now I was told that stevia is really hard to grow. But I'll try it again. I have the seeds still. So I'm gonna try it again. Where did I put my seeds? I have this container that has all my little seed packets in here. So we're gonna go through that. Inside my, let me go ahead and start filling this up and running my mouth with you. Inside of the green stalk, I have tomatoes. I have like the black Cherokee or the purple Cherokee tomatoes, however way you pronounce it. The Cherokee tomatoes. I don't believe they got enough sun. They just really struggled. They're there, but I think when I transplant, I'm not sure if I'm gonna transplant them out into the garden over in the community garden, or if I'm just gonna start over from scratch, because I still do have some seeds there. And hopefully summer comes along, maybe in the green stalk they'll make it. Maybe they won't, I'm not sure. But I do have more seeds for them, so I am going to plant some in the community garden. So my desire is in the community garden, I am going to plant basil, because I hear that is a deterrent for bugs and pests. Onions, I hear that is a deterrent for pests. And of course, everybody knows marigolds are a deterrent for pests. So those are going to be scattered throughout my garden allotment. And we'll see if we can keep those pests away. I also have, when I was in New York City area, I planted green beans, and that did really well. So I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to plant cucumbers. So we have tomatoes, green beans, cucumbers, peppers. I don't want bell peppers, but I do want some hot peppers. I do have some broccoli, so I'm going to see if I can get that to grow. It's kind of cool right now because it is Florida. It's not cold or freezing or anything like that. So I do have some broccoli that I'm going to try to grow out there. I've already had that started. I'll be honest, I bought them from my local our local store that sells seedlings. So I bought seedlings for broccoli and some heads of lettuce. So I'm gonna plant those out there. Since the weather is not ice cold or anything like that, I'll see if I can get that to grow and give me some broccoli and lettuce. And of course, it is our desire that as we grow these items, we live off the land, and we get healthier. You know, I do want to be a little healthier, so grow these items, eat our own foods. I do want to grow some eggplant, and I do want to grow some squash. I have eggplant, squash. I do want to grow those items. Let's see how it goes. I have some okra that I would love to grow. I have to check and see what's the timeline for growing things like okra. We will go from there. I also am going to get some potatoes and start my I want sweet potatoes. I've done that in grow bags. I've successfully grown that in grow bags in the last place that I lived. And I also want to try white potatoes. I grew them before. It did not give me a great harvest, but I'm going to try it again. What do they say? Try until you succeed. Never give up. We're going to keep trying until we succeed. Now, let's see. So let's take these. I want to do this one right here. This is that pepper plant that I had. I'm going to pull this one out. I think I'm going to take the covering off of it. Take the covering off of it, and I do see like there is a stem down here, a root down here, so it's trying to be fruitful and multiply. It's trying. It's just I have not been treating it properly. I decided to go get some of these gloves that I have around the house. I don't want this dirt, this soil up under my nails. So I decided to put that on. Okay, so we have a pepper. Yay. Ta-da. Ta-da. I think I'm doing something. So I am going to, where shall I sit this so that it's not in the way? I'll sit this here, out of the way. And next I'm going to try, that's not spinach, I'm going to do my basil. Since it's trying so hard, to live. It wants to live. Let's help it live. So, I planted 2 seeds, so I need to break them apart. I didn't break that pepper apart because one of them looks like it's not going to make it. So I did not try to break that apart. But I think I won't break it apart. I'm going to see if I'm going to leave it together because I don't want to disturb and mess up the root because I want it to be successful. It's gonna be in shock when it sees that I have actually taken care of it. I think this is basil. It's gonna be so happy. It's gonna cry. I might cry with it if I see it doing, improving, and waking up. Basil. There's another basil here. It's really, really trying hard. I think it's, oh, wow. You see that? You see that stem there? I mean, that root there? Wow. That's why it's standing up so straight. It's doing really well. Ah, my goodness. I'm so glad I decided to come out here and do this. I want it. Oh, it's fighting for its life. Oh, you shall live and not die. You shall live and not die. I pray I didn't mess it up and disturb it too much. Bit more soil in here. Okay. And that is basil also. I hope that makes it. Okay. So I have my little seed holder here. And this is how I keep my seeds in little sleeves. So I know where everything is. So I was telling you I had the Cherokee Purple that I'm excited. I've never in my life grown anything like that before. I have large cherry tomatoes. We're gonna try that. We're gonna try those two. We're gonna try pineapple tomato. Golden Jubilee tomato. And we're gonna try the black cherry tomato. Those are the tomatoes we're gonna try. I was thinking about doing some tomatillos. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what to do with them. So let me think about that for a little bit. I'm not sure what to do with tomatillos. I wanted green beans. This is a bush variety. I kind of wanted, that's lima beans. So we're gonna do the bush beans. I kind of wanted the one that vine because I wanted to put it on trellis. Maybe when I go to the seed store, I'll see if I find any. But for now, we're gonna do bush beans. I have, I want to try the Armenian cucumber. I'm gonna need more cups out here, I think. And then the, let's see, I know I have another regular cucumber somewhere. Maybe I don't. Okay, here we go. Just a regular cucumber. And I think that is all for now. I'm torn as to whether or not I want to actually try to do a broccoli or a kohlrabi, since I've never seen them grown before, but I know that's like a cool, cold crop, so maybe I'll try that in the fall. I'll hold on to them and try them in the fall. But for now, that is what I'm going to do. I still have some cups here, so maybe, since I have a little bit of soil here, I'm gonna add a little more, add soil to these cups here. Now they say to do some succession planting, so maybe I will come back out and start a few more next week or in 2 weeks or so. There goes that. Okay. Okay, start with some cucumbers. I'm going to put 2 in each cup, just in case one does not perform. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and label them cucumbers. I don't want to get anything mixed up. All right? No mix-ups. Not today. So this is a Market More 76 cucumber. One and that one. Okay, that is done. Now we have our Armenian cucumber. Two in each cup. Okay. And let me label them. Armenian cucumber. Okay. Now I have the green bean. Give me 2 in each cup. And this is the bush bean. Okay. I want to label those basils that I did not put a label on them. Here we go. Okay. Got the black cherry tomato. Oh my goodness, it's tiny. Ah. I already can't see, and then this, Lord of mercy, they're tiny. Okay. Let's label those two. Cherry. See if I have enough soil here. Well, as it grows, I'll add more soil to them. I'm going to do which one do I want to do now? I'm going to do the Cherokee Purple. All right, and let me label those two. Okay, so I guess that's it for now. I'm going to water after I label. Cherokee Purple. All right. Let's do some watering. I'll go a pitcher, or not a pitcher, but a jug of water. This soil is already kind of moist, so I'm not going to put a whole bunch in these. Okay, so I will go get more soil and top off some of them. The other ones I'm gonna kind of wait until, of course, until I start seeing some action there. See my seeds germinating. And I still have more trays, so I will come back out again. I just need to go get more soil and work some more on developing, getting seeds together so I can have a garden, y'all. We're gonna have a garden. We're gonna have a bona fide garden. How exciting is that? Okay, so I didn't get a chance to get back to you guys and record me doing more of the seedlings. So I have the red cherry tomato. This is the red cherry tomato. This is the golden jubilee tomato, golden jubilee. Pineapple tomato here. Of course, you saw the basil and the peppers over here. So this is everything that I have so far. I have some more trays available, so time permitting, I will come back out and I will plant more seeds. We'll see what happens. All right. Look forward to working with you and videotaping and sharing my joys and triumphs and disappointments and everything with you. All right. Bye.